Hello, I am Avadut, subconscious mind trainer. Today we will learn how you may improve your relationships. There are different types of relationships that a person may have. For example, not just family relationships, not just professional relationships, not just career related relationships, not just spiritual relationships, but also relationships with non-social elements. Yes, there are some people practically in every area of the world who are not very social, who may be a little rough type of people, and you need to have an appropriate relationship with such people. In case you go too friendly, you are in trouble. In case you go very negative against them, again you are in trouble. So the right balance, that requires finesse of your mind. What about relationships which have gone sour? How do you fix them? I will teach you certain techniques now which will help you fix your problematic relationships. You can apply these techniques of mind power to improve your relationships in a community, in a group. For example, in an office, there is probably an accounts department, one purchase department, one sales department, and like that there could be several departments. In one department, maybe there are 4 or 5 people, or 30-40 people, or maybe more than 200 people. Does not matter. Wherever there are people, you can integrate their subconscious mind together and thus help them improve their interpersonal relationships. So, take a group of people, improve their relationships among themselves. Take another group of people, improve their relationships among themselves, and then improve the relationships of these two groups among each other. Like that, several groups. And all these groups are probably in one unit. Take such a unit and similar another unit and from another place and improve their relationships. And then improve relationships of similar units. Like that you can keep on expanding. So how do we do this process? Relationships are based on love and trust, these two things. Where there is no love or there is no trust, relationship may be there, but it could be very flimsy or very weak. So how do we develop a trusting relationship, a loving relationship, especially where our mind does not actually believe within itself that we must have love towards such a person. Maybe in your own department, in your office, there is that one person whom you do not actually like, or that person is such that they are not likable. So how do you develop relationship? So when I am talking about developing relationships or smoothening relationships or ironing out the difficult patches of relationship to bring the relationship to a respectable level, how do we do that? We will use the power of our subconscious mind. When a person feels that they can trust that other person, any person, or when a person is experiencing a feeling of trust with another person, or when a person is feeling a lot of love for another person or object, certain things happen in the brain. When we put an EEG, electroencephalograph, on a person who is feeling a lot of love for their own child, for their own siblings, relatives, or friend, or their partner, or their elders, Whenever a person is feeling loving, or a child is feeling loving towards their favorite toy, teddy bear, when a person is feeling loving towards their own home, any sense of experience of love is reflected in the brain through a particular frequency in the brain. When we plot that frequency or see that in color form, it is generally the deep pink color, the fuchsia color to be specific, or the Rani pink color. In India we call it Rani pink, or in English we may call it fuchsia. In Google you can search fuchsia and you will get that color. It's a deep pink color, reddish type deep pink color. So if you want to create the brain frequency of love and trust, all you have to do is do reverse engineering. Think about the fuchsia color, the Rani pink color, the deep reddish pink color. Simply think of that color. Where do you think? In the place where you want to create the energy of love and trust. So how do we begin? Let us say there is person A and person B. How do we create trust among both of them? A love among both of them, a loving trust among both of them. So think of person A, think about the center of their chest. Visualize as if a tiny little dot of pink color, the deep reddish pink color, the fuchsia color, the Rani pink color, has just emerged or just come into manifestation within the core of their heart. You can tell yourself mentally that this tiny little speck of color, this fuchsia color, is actually divine energy, divine love, which was already present. But somehow or other, we didn't take notice. Now that we are wanting to look at it, so it is coming into our mental focus. And then think that tiny little speck of fuchsia color is beginning to expand, beginning to grow in all directions, equally in all directions. Thus it is becoming a filled, not hollow or empty, but a filled ball of fuchsia color, the Rani pink color. So as it keeps on growing and growing and growing, whatever topics had probably hurt our heart or our feelings are now getting pushed out from within our heart to the outside of the heart. And then this pink color keeps on growing and growing and growing and keeps pushing out everything that is negative within us and pushes it out of our body. It is no more inside our body. And then the ball of fuchsia color, the Rani pink color, has grown so much that we are completely now within that divine love which had originated from the depth of our own heart. And finally this ball or this sphere which is stuffed and filled with the same color has expanded so much all around us that it has gone 6 feet to the front, 6 feet to the back, to the right, to the left, to the top, to the bottom, under the ground, in all diagonal angles everywhere. So we can imagine a large ball of pink color, deep reddish pink color, the fuchsia color, the Rani pink color, a large ball of light whose diameter is about 12 feet in all directions. The radius is around 6 feet in all directions from the center. Inside such a ball of light, you are present as a whole, complete person, surrounded in this beautiful Rani pink color. While you are thinking like this, you are creating love, divine love for yourself within your own heart, trust for yourself, respect for yourself within your own heart. Similarly think there is another person, from the depth of their own heart, the same thing is also happening. The pink color grows and encompasses that person. Now think, your pink light has expanded further and further and has included that person and that person's pink ball of light within itself. And that person's pink ball of light, which had begun from their own heart, has now expanded and covered that person and is yet keeping on expanding and finally covers ourselves also within that. That means I am in the circle of that person's trust and that person is in the circle of my trust. And what is that circle? It's a circle of love, circle of kindness, a circle of divine blessing, a circle of divine energy, divine love. So one person, second person, from their heart the ball of light grows and this one grows so much that this person is within that, and this person's pink light grows so much that this person is within this person's energy. So this is for improving relationship between any two people, no matter what type of relationship that is. If it is a brother-sister relationship, then love of that kind and trust of that kind will grow. If it is a husband-wife relationship, love and trust of that appropriate kind will grow between these two people. If it is a client and service providers relationship, then appropriately the love and trust will increase. If it is a relationship between you and an anti-social element, then appropriately the love and trust will increase. It will not be overdone from your side or from that person's side. Whatever is good for you, it will increase and stop at that level. So you have nothing to fear, nothing to worry. Any two people, you can improve the relationship by bringing their individual pink light in each other and them within each other. You can improve your relationship with somebody else by creating your pink light and encompassing them, and creating their pink light and encompassing yourself. Remember, the physical distance between the two concerned people is not at all important. You may be here, your brother may be in Germany, and yet you can improve your mutual relationship of the appropriate sibling type to make it more positive, loving and kind. So the other person can be anywhere. So in an office environment, if there are 18 people in one department, imagine all of them standing somewhere or sitting somewhere, and from within their individual heart, this Rani pink color is expanding and expanding. It covers them and the other 17 people, and same is happening with everyone's heart. And finally we have a large, big, thick, bright, sparkling, beautiful ball of light of individual 18 people, but now together as one single unit, and all the 18 people are within that, merged between each other's loving trust, circle of loving trust. Same thing is happening in another department and another department and another department. Finally we have this departmental ball of lights, and they expand to encompass the other department within it themselves, and this department's light encompasses them and them and them and them, and that department's light, this Fisha light, encompasses all these people. So we have the entire branch as one unit. So this branch may be Indore branch, Delhi branch, Bhopal branch and Bengaluru branch. So all of them are now in one big Rani pink color, and this becomes the India operations, and same thing is happening in the Singapore operations and Mexico operations. So your office productivity, harmony, relationship, interpersonal relationship, all that is not just improving within your own country, but this India Rani pink color and the Singapore Rani pink color and the Mexico Rani pink color all encompass to make it as one single ball of light. So one entity, but different spread outs and individually local energy balls are created. That way you will see improvement. When will you see improvement? Do it now. See the improvement in 1 minute or 2 minutes live. test it out. How will you test it out? If you observe on the street, two dogs are barking or one dog is barking, whether a four-legged dog or a two-legged one, whichever version it is. If you find somebody barking like a dog, put your Kuber Mudra together. You know the mudra, first finger and thumb, bring the tips and gently touch them. Keep the other two fingers folded inwards. Look at that person or that entity. Imagine from their heart, a Rani pink ball of light has expanded and they are now within that. And observe while you are doing this, the changes that occur in that person. For example, maybe somebody is standing there and yelling at the top of their voice, shouting. Maybe your boss is shouting at you. Maybe your junior is shouting at you. Maybe your colleague is shouting at you. Or maybe some person, unknown person, is at the top of their head. Rah, 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 they're going on, yelling, and they're in very abusive mentality, very angry, very frustrated, and very negative at this point of time. All you do this, imagine from their heart, their Rani pink comes out and fills them. Their all organs, glands, tissues, muscles, bones, nervous system, their blood, everything has become bright, sparkling, beautiful, effulgent Rani pink. And they are now covered in that beautiful divine love which has emerged, which has emanated from their own heart, from the core of their own heart, their own loving, living being. That energy is covering themselves in this trust of, in this circle of trust and love. And as you do this, observe their language, their body language, their spoken language, their behavior, their attitude. Everything will change right then and there, live in front of your eyes. If you notice some dog is barking, you are not even able to see that dog. That dog is in neighbor's home and barking. Just do your Kuber Mudra, mentally think of that dog and cover that dog in this fuchsia color. Imagine that color is beginning to emanate from that dog's heart and expands and fills that dog within that love, the divine love which resides in the heart of that dog. Maybe a child is crying, an infant child, going on crying in your flight, in your movie theater. You don't have to look at that child. Wherever the child may be, just do Kuber Mudra and think from within the child's heart, this Rani pink color has grown and has encompassed the child, and the child is now peaceful, now happy, now in inner harmony. And watch the result as you do this. Yes, you don't have to wait for the next life to get the results. You don't have to wait 4 years to get the result. Yes, you do not have to wait even 4 hours to get the result. You don't even have to wait 4 minutes to get the result. While you are doing this technique, you can observe results. You may say, but I have not undergone the complete 2 days training that you teach. Yes, if you do undergo my 2 days training, then you will have complete development of your own inner subconscious mind power. From A to Z, everything will be covered. But for now, this is a hot tip. Try this, apply this, and start seeing results now, while it is happening around you, near you. Maybe 2 unknown people are arguing. Just fill them from Rani pink, expands, and both are in each other's this Rani pink color of light. And observe them, just observe, hear, see them, how they are behaving, how they are talking, how the changes have taken place, how their mentality is calming down, they are becoming peaceful, calm. Very quick results. This is the technique for improving all sorts of relationship. Whatever is good for all concerned will ultimately manifest when you use this technique. So this technique can be called as a Rani pink technique, or Rani pink bubble technique, or circle of trust technique. You may call it in any way. But there are deeper things within this training that you need to learn. So please do get in touch with me. Call this number given here, 9836 338 102. This is India's number. So if you are calling from outside India, add +91 to that. So call this number, call in India time 11 o'clock up to 5:30 in the evening. Do not call on Mondays, because Mondays our office is closed. If you are staying very far away from the places where I go and conduct these trainings, do not worry. You can attend the entire training live on camera. using one of the webinar softwares. So don't worry, you don't have to purchase that webinar. You will get the client side of that thing. I will require that webinar on my end, and you can watch live. In case you have poor internet connection, you can hear those sections where you are going poor in your internet connection. Otherwise also the video is recorded, which you can watch afterwards. Thus from distance you can attend the entire training live on camera with live interactions. As the training is going on, if you have any doubt, ask, and there only get the answer. And plus there are few things which we do experientially. You will notice during the training that you can do distant influencing with the power of your mind. This is called remote viewing and remote influencing. For example, it's a 2 days training. At the end of the first day, what do we learn? We learn to check energies of the body. In our body there are different types of energy. So we can check energies on our fingertips from something called nadi in the hand. We check the nadi with our 3 fingers and we get certain energies in this one, in this one, in this one. On camera, you can learn how to check those things. Once you have checked, you can get on camera with somebody else who is in some other part of the world, and you can check that person's energy in your own hand, in your own pulse. So somebody who is on the other side of the globe, on your own hand, you find that person's nadi, and you teach that person how they may check their own nadi. And when they are checking their own nadi, you are telling them that this is the status of your nadi. This is how your kapha is, this is how your pitta is, this is how your vata is. These are different terminologies for checking a type of pulse which is called nadi. Not actually the pulse, it is a type of pulse. Not only that, and that person will verify that yes, indeed what you are saying is correct. And how you are saying it? By checking your own hand, because you have transferred the energy to your own hand. Thus you can check on your own hand, and then you will correct it, you will balance it. Thus the 3 energies will come into balance. Maybe one was very heavy, one was very weak, one was jumping, one was going like a wave, like that. Different combinations may be there. But the moment you do the correction on your own hand, you will feel that all 3 have now become equal. And that person on the other side of the globe on live video conferencing will verify to you that indeed that very moment these 3 nadis have also become equal in potency, equal in power. And what do you have to do for that? All that you have to do in the class is this: snap your finger. So you check somebody's nadi on your own hand, and then you snap your finger and point your finger towards your nadi and check they are now balanced. And that other person who is on camera with you from different part of the world will verify that indeed without that person doing anything, their own pulse has now become proper. The nadi has become balanced, equally balanced. This you are learning on the first day. One single snap of your finger and kapha pitta vata balanced, guaranteed, testable, provable, demonstrable. Yes, not just that. We have chakras in our body, 7 chakras. The chakra need to be aligned properly. Plus they need to be balanced properly. So what do we do for chakra alignment? We do this. We snap our finger and move our hand like this, up to down. So snap and move the finger from top to down like this, and the chakra is aligned. What about chakra balancing? We snap our finger and move our finger like this. That's all, chakra balancing. I challenge you. On camera I am challenging you that bring any person in any part of the world on camera, and let there be a person besides that person who knows how to check chakras, the energy of the chakras, and sitting from a distance, all you do is do this and that person's chakras are now aligned. You do this and that person's chakras are now balanced. And that person, the other person who is an expert in checking chakras, will verify to you that yes, indeed something has happened. Everything is now in order. And what did you do? All that you did was this and this. Thus, in our training, we learn 3 snaps. It's called 3 snapping technique. 1, 2, 3. That's all. We call it 3 snaps for good life. If you want to have a good life for yourself, you want to have a good life for your mother, for your sister, for your daughter, for your brother, for your friends, for your parents, for your grandparents, anybody, your office staff, all you do is think about that person in front of you and then do this, this and this. The Kapha Pitta Vata balanced, chakra alignment done, chakra balancing done. Testably, provably, demonstrably. Anybody. It's not just that my students are doing, that means you become my student and you are doing and only you can verify. Or you do, another of my student can verify. People from other systems of mind power activation, mind power healing, etc., etc. Those who follow other systems, other techniques, they know how to check chakras. Let them check. They have no relationship with me, no connection with me, and probably they don't know me and about my training. Let's bring such a person. Let such a person check your chakras or check somebody's chakras, your father's chakras. And all you do is this, and your father's chakras are now balanced and they are aligned. And you do this, and all Nadi Shastris will verify that something has happened, some magic has happened. And you learn all that on the day 1. First day you learn that. Imagine what will you learn on the second day. So this training is called BCT, Basic Clairvoyance Training. It is the world's most advanced training program as far as mind is concerned, as far as paranormal is concerned, intuition, premonition, all these categories, sixth sense, everything to do with mind. In the entire category, this is the highest available training program that you can find. Check our syllabus, call our office, get our syllabus, go through the syllabus and see that what all you will learn in 2 days training. So contact this number given here, 9836-338-102. Catch you again right here every day morning at 7 a.m. and evening 5 p.m. Bye.